inside the park. But after, I mean, the request has been made as to what it's for, and we had citizens who were for it in our first meeting. No one really opposed it in the first meeting, just said they did not like the location. So Gary and I went out there, like he said, we walked and found a perfect spot for it. The track teams who use that park were absolutely fine of the new location. They sent a representative there last night, and he said that looks great. He's for it. So we're going to move forward with that. I'm just going to get back with them and just answer their concerns, and also they have a few concerns in regards to our walk. Those seniors use a lot of that walking track every morning, and there's just a few things Gary and I talked about last night to repair that. But we're going to go ahead and go forward with that dog park.
Awesome. So I know a lot of people will be glad to hear that, including me. So we look forward to the particulars of that. Do you anticipate when this will be finalized and we can let the public know?
I plan on finalizing that today.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Commissioner Perez. You move fast. Okay.
Well, it's just, they asked for an answer. They already emailed me last night. So I'm going to get those questions answered today and go ahead and get Mr. Dukes and them to go ahead and proceed.
Sounds good. All right. Any questions regarding this item in regards to the Clinton Nature Dog Park? If not, we will move on to the next agenda item. Thank you, Commissioner Alcaraz. We appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah,
And now,
Commissioner Carthen,
yes.
Proceed.
Yes, please.
Okay. The last update is Pumpkin Town Park. As you know, we to give you a little update, we had encountered rock, and we had to do a change to get a rock machine, if you will, out to try to lower the elevation of some of the rock because we encountered it on the driveway, at the bridge, and at the parking lot. They have done that. They are still working on lowering the elevation and removing rock. They have been very successful at doing that, and will continue to, since they are being successful, they're going to continue to work on that this week and next week. And at the end of next week, we feel like we'll have enough out that we will eliminate a lot of the material we're going to have to bring in. He's already lowered it a foot, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot in material when you start bringing in material to construct the parking lot, the road, and the bridge. The bridge, we talked to the engineers. There's a tremendous amount of rock at the bridge as well. We did talk to the engineers, and they allowed us to raise the elevation of the bridge by a foot. So that also helped. So we've lowered the rock, raised the elevation at several sites. And to make a long story short, we're making progress. And hopefully by the end of next week, we will have a calculation of how much additional soil we'll need to bring in. And we already know it won't be near as much as it was. So good news on eliminating a lot of the rock and a lot of the soil that will be needed for the construction of the trailhead.
This is awesome news. Thank you. Again, it's a work in progress. So we go in and we know what the worst case scenario could be. So we tell the citizens that. So I'm pretty sure for those who are keeping watch of this, they are happy to know that we were able to make the progress without there needing to be as much as we first thought there may be. So this is good news. And this is progress for Pumpkin Town. So I'm excited. So hopefully we will know possibly by the end of the month, Director Dukes, how much more will be needed and how long this project will be.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, by the end of next week, we should be able to go ahead and do a calculation as to the amount of soil we're going to need.
Uh-huh.
And we should have some sense of a path forward.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Is there any questions or discussion around this? Anything you want to add, Chad, in regards to this, especially for the neighbors who may be listening, or updates we may need to give or put out for them?
No, ma'am. Director Dukes explained it well.
All right. Thank you. Is there any other discussion items that we may need to talk about this morning for the Parks and Rec Committee? I see Mr. Gable on here. Mr. Gable, is there any updates that you want to give in regards to the SPLOST projects, in regards to Parks and Rec?
No, ma'am. I'm just glad to hear. I know that although Pumpkin Town's not a SPLOST project, I was glad to hear that report from Gary.
Me too.
Yeah, it's been a big project. No, we're actually, you know, we finished the fence and the dugouts at Bill Arp Fairplay, so that was the big project. We've got these 2 or 3 projects that are remaining, kind of low-hanging fruit that you just talked about with Dog Park, and we've got the concept plan that we're still waiting on for Winston and Deer Lick, and we, you know, trying to get finalize the playgrounds, and that's it. I mean, that's going to be it for at least the 2016 parks projects.
Awesome. And the majority of those items will be completed this year, Mr. Gable?
Oh, yes. Yes. And hopefully within by the end of the summer, we should have everything wrapped up. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Awesome. I look forward to you or Mr. Good giving us an update so we could put out a press release or maybe do ribbon cutting or have hot dogs and ice cream or something at these parks so that citizens will know, things have been completed and the wait is over.
Yep.
We will do
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do that, and maybe we can combine all that into a ribbon cutting for the new dugouts and fencing at both Bill Arp and Fairplay.
Sounds good. Awesome. Is there any other discussion items to come before this committee?
Commissioner Carthen.
Yes, Dr. Gilchrist, you have the floor.
Yes, I have a question. I know at Deer Lick, there are a few items that is specifically the gym floor at Deer Lick Park. And so my question is in reference to the 2016 SPLOST, will there be, or do we estimate that there will be funding available that we could utilize to repair that floor at Deer Lick?
I think Terry might want to comment on that. We were waiting for the last revenues to get some kind of bottom line on any funds that might be left, and that was definitely one that was high on the priority list. If we do have funds available, we'd certainly like to get that done. Terry, can you speak to that?
Yeah, Gary, unfortunately, it's we have gotten down, we've got the last month's revenues in, so we're going to be able to look at it a lot closer, but right now, the way things are looking, we're not going to be able to do it. Gary, I think you were estimating around 100,000.
I think we got a lower price now, Terry. It looks like it's around. Chad, what was that last price? Around 75,000.
The last one we got was it was $100,000.
Oh, was it?
But I did ask. I did find out that the quote is a state contract, and asked if if there were discounts that come with a state contract. Just waiting to hear back from BSN.
Okay. All right.
So, Gary, I think the best plan is going to be, obviously we got to finish these 3 because we've already basically started them and the concept plan will be finishing up soon. But once we finish these three, I think the answer to the question will be, if there's money there, sure, we'll certainly do it, but it will need to be after these projects are completely done. We're looking at even on the playground sets, we could end up needing more money on those because not all of them had a suitable site, and we're having to add some additional grading and some things for those. So probably get Rosalind involved, because it's going to get down to the pennies, and just see if the money's there. If it's there, certainly we'll pick it up, but it needs to be at the very end.
Very good. And on the positive side of that, we're hoping that the dog park will come in less than what we put aside for it. So, with any luck, maybe something will balance out and we can get it done.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Dr. Gilchrist, on another note, I know you and I had spoke about the issues going on at Boundary Waters. Has there been any update on that with Director Dukes or with Mr. Corbin, the county administrator?
As of today, no updates. I believe we're waiting for finance to close out the year.
Okay.
Once that's completed, yes, ma'am, we should have an answer.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything else to come before the committee? Being none, the Parks and Recreation Oversight Committee stands adjourned. Thank you all for showing up this morning, and look forward to seeing you in a few minutes on the floor at the courthouse.
Thank you.